When it comes to fragrances, truly, I don't discriminate. I have a specific scent profile and I tend to stick with it. It doesn't matter if it's designer or high-end luxury, if it's a dupe brand, or if it's just random finds or niche fragrances. If they smell gourmand or sweet or along those lines, they're definitely in my rotation if I come across them. If you're interested in finding out more about what I've been loving lately when it comes to fragrance, then definitely keep on watching.
Honey on the mic, yeah, I say what I mean. Been doing this way before influencer was a thing. Wife and a mama, yeah, my family, my team. Real talk, true crime, let me show you the scene.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and honeygirlsworld.com, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Honey and I hope that you stick around and have some fun with me. Today I'm sharing with you guys some of my top fragrances that I've been loving over the course of the last 6 to 8 months or so, and wanted to share them with you so you guys have an idea as to what kinds of things you might like. I'm a gourmand girly. I love all things vanilla scented. I love things that are sweet. I love smelling like a snack. So for me, you guys are going to see a lot of sweet scents in here. I don't have any high-end type brands or designer brands in this particular video. However, I will be linking my friend Myra down in the description box below. She does reviews and first impressions on a variety of designer perfumes because she has hundreds of them. I have quite a bit of perfumes, but to me, I stick to a specific scent profile. So if you're looking for a designer, then like I said, I'll link Myra's channel down below. But when it comes to perfume, I'm consistently looking for something that probably has a note of vanilla. If I want something that's a little bit sexy, I'll go with a white floral like jasmine. Usually it is kind of jasmine type fragrance, but let's go ahead and get started. If I am looking at a date night combination, I want something that is a little bit seductive, but again, I like smelling like a snack. So the combination that I've been using lately is 3 to 4 different types of perfumes and body scents. The first is Lattafa's Angham. I love this perfume. It's supposed to be inspired by or the dupe of Burberry Goddess. And in my opinion, even if I only had the sample or the travel size of Burberry Goddess, I do believe that it is just, you have that vanilla base in there. So anything that you mix with vanilla, it'll work very well. And just in general, it is a bright, sensual type fragrance. It is hyped up everywhere. I know that they just came out with the last song, I think it's called, which is number 2 of it. But this is probably one of my all-time favorites from Lattafa. And definitely you can see how much I've used in it. And I love it. So I will normally pair this particular perfume with Okcha's That Girl Viral Vanilla. This is in collaboration with Paul Reacts. You can find him on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I love watching his reviews, and he created this perfume with Okcha that is basically all your favorite vanilla sweet perfumes wrapped up in one. This is probably one of my all-time favorite fragrances ever. It smells, you want to talk about smelling like a snack? This is the one. People can smell me so far away. The projection is really good on this particular perfume. The sillage is really good, and the longevity is just really well. So pair these two together. Highly recommend that they can be used on their own or together. I oftentimes will layer it with EOS's Vanilla Cashmere Lotion, or I also use, oh, what is it called? Bare Vanilla Suede, or Bare Suede Vanilla from Victoria's Secret. I use the lotion for that as well and layer them. Speaking of layering, If I want to amp up the sweet, I will spritz a few of the Victoria's Secret Bare Suede Vanilla. You can tell that I love this fragrance. It's one that my husband just loves, so I tend to use it very often. I've gone through several travel sizes and minis, so that's why I have the big one, and I still literally went through this. It's one of my favorites. And Bare Vanilla Brulee, this is probably new within the last few months. They released it, I believe, and it is one of my favorites. I am a huge Bare Vanilla fan from Victoria's Secret. I have it in a shimmer spray, I have it in a regular, and I literally pull through different types of Bare Vanillas over the years. Suede is light. It's got that kind of lactonic with a little bit of creaminess to it mixed in here. It's one of my favorites. This is perfect to use on its own. But if I'm looking for, like I said, just a date night, sexy type fragrance set, it is these. And sometimes, or here, it is these. And sometimes I will use just one perfume. Sometimes I'll use two. Sometimes I'll layer three and then just layer them. I'm a layering girl. I like to layer scents and create my own fragrance or my own scent profile. So for me, those are the things that I enjoy doing. If I am looking truly for Lactonic, Milky type fragrances, if I am looking for something on the creamy side, more lactonic, but definitely still sweet and gourmand, I tend to pull towards specific type of scents. And one of my favorites, this is Vanilla Cashmere by St. Cloud. This is a fragrance that you can get predominantly at TJ Maxx. I've been told that you can also find it at Ross. My local Ross hasn't had that. I got this from TJ Maxx. Super affordable fragrance. It's $17, but it smells so good. There is vanilla and sweet cream. You have a little bit of spicy notes in there, warm woods, and then a musk. So you could pair this with the first date night that I wanted. I'm just amazed with how this smells so good. I'm amazed at how rich this fragrance smells for something that costs the price point that it does. It smells really good. The packaging is cute. It is in a glass bottle, which I really like. So again, this is Vanilla Cashmere from St. Cloud. I like to pair that particular one with the Vanilla Toffee from Sand and Fog. This is the oils, the fragrant oils, the perfume oil. I like to pair these together because, again, I love vanilla, and this smells almost identically to Bianco Latte, which I always see, I always smell, and I never want to jump the gun and pay for it because it's too expensive. This to me also smells like Eclair from Lattafa, which I no longer have in my collection. I have no idea what I did with that bottle. But Sand and Fog's Vanilla Toffee has notes of vanilla orchid, sugar, tonka, vanilla, and musk. It smells so good. It's definitely lactonic. It blends well together with the Eclair perfumed spray. I will spray this. This is from Lattafa. I will spray this under my arms just for a little refresh to have a little bit of fragrance spray, and I'll use this on my own sometimes. So this is just the perfumed deodorant type spray. You could spray it all over if you wanted to. And then I also like to add these in, either one or the other, or I have layered it before. Angel Cake and Cream from Victoria's Secret. Again, this came out right around the same time as the Bare Vanilla Brulee. So absolutely love this. It's cake swirl, creamy blooms, and a halo of sweet dreams is what it says. I love it. It's lactonic without being overpowering. This particular fragrance as a body spray, I'm actually really amazed at the projection because I can use this on my own. Again, I've only had it a few months and you can see how much of a dent I've put in it. Another one that I absolutely love is Whipped Honey and Vanilla from Bath and Body Works. I believe this is a fairly new fragrance as well. Fragrance notes include honey drizzle, blossoming neroli, and whipped vanilla bean. I will tell you that if you're not a neroli person, you can smell it in here. I have had Bath and Body sprays before that have neroli within the note profile, and usually I can't get it. I'm not too sure if the honey in this fragrance is what's pushing out that neroli, but it doesn't smell off-putting or overly strong or fragrance, so I absolutely love it. So again, if I'm looking for Lactonic, I'm looking at these, and then you can't go wrong with this. You can buy Sand and Fog from their website, which they have all the fragrances. They also will tell you what it's inspired by. But I believe I got this one from, it's got a tag here, so this probably came from TJ Maxx, if I had to recall. Definitely love that and highly suggest any one of those. If I'm looking for a marshmallow scent, again, Gourmand girly, I love marshmallow. I am a Rice Krispie treat lover. That is one of my favorite goodies of all time. If I'm looking at marshmallow, I am looking at these three particular fragrances. I have a body spray that goes with it, but don't recall where it is. It's a Victoria's Secret body spray, but I'm not seeing it on my shelf. It must be behind in my closet. So this is Marshmallow Twist. I love these two. Marshmallow Mist is a little more musky, not as sweet and gourmand as Marshmallow Blush. They do blend pretty okay together, but I wouldn't mix these two together during the day. I will usually use Marshmallow Blush or Marshmallow Mist, one or the other, and then layer it with Marshmallow Skies from Sand and Fog. This again is the perfume oil. This particular perfume notes for the perfume oil from Sand and Fog are strawberry, raspberry, marshmallow, and vanilla. It goes really well with these. I have been told many times that this smells like Kayali's Yum Bougie Marshmallow. I have only smelt Yum Bougie Marshmallow, and I was able to just spray it on me once, and the longevity of that particular perfume did. Kayali perfumes don't last on me, so I had Vanilla 28 and I actually gifted it to a friend because for the price point I expected longer longevity for it, and I get so much longer time use, smell, everything. The longevity is just better for some of my more affordable or niche brand perfumes. So I was really bummed about that because Kayali's price point is really high and it's touted as some of the best. But regardless, this to me smells heavenly. It's one of my favorite perfume oils. And I think I have maybe 6 from Sand and Fog. They're some of my favorites. Love this. And then Marshmallow Blush. This is from Paris Corner. Look at that bottle. You should have seen. If you're not familiar with Paris Corner, their boxes that they come in are absolutely beautiful. This box was gorgeous. It had a whole wax seal on it and everything. It was absolutely beautiful, but the packaging in general is amazing. This smells so good. It is one of my favorite scents of all time. Sweet. It has fluffiness to it that's not lactonic or creamy, but there is a little bit of creamy touch to it. It's just beautiful. It is a great fragrance. If you happen to see this at any store like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, anything like that, I highly suggest picking it up if you're a gourmand girly because I absolutely love it. I also take a look at the website. I will leave it down below for where you can get fragrances like this. So you have Paris Corner, Lattafa, a number of different fragrances that you can buy there at discounted prices. So I will leave that link down below if I can find it. And then Okcha's Marshmallow Mist. I don't have the notes in front of me, but it is a marshmallow musk. It's not sweet marshmallow like Marshmallow Blush. This has a depth to it, so you could totally blend this as a date night type of perfume. It smells marshmallow, a little bit of wood. There's just depth to it. If I remember, I'll put the notes down below, but I will leave the link anyway. And I do have a link for Okcha in the description if you want to check them out. I love them. We have a lot of Okja. And I say we because my sons have a few from them, and then I have several from Okja as well as their discovery sets, which I absolutely love. It gives me the opportunity to try them out in sample sizes before I decide that I want to get it. And this was a part of the sample discovery set. And I'm trying to figure there. It smells like there's a floral or a wood fragrance in here and slight spice, but if I'm feeling like I want to have a sweetness to me without being so dramatically sweet and cloying, this is a great fragrance to add, because there, again, like I said, there's a little bit of depth to it. So I like pairing these three together when it comes to marshmallow scent. So I will actually use that 1 to 2 times a week. I will say, when it comes to perfume bottles, the one thing that drives me nuts is when I can't see how much is left. So with Okja, for example, love the glass bottle. I think they're super simple. They're easily stackable in your collection, but I can never tell how much is in here. I can hold it up to the light and sometimes I can see just a little, but usually not. It is completely opaque. There's no translucency to the bottle, which is really hard because this is my 4th bottle of That Girl Vanilla. Like I said, it is my favorite fragrance, vanilla fragrance. It just encompasses all the different notes that I love. You have coffee, cream, you got a little bit of Bianco Latte and a little bit of Young Bougie Marshmallow and a little bit of a whole bunch of other things in here. And the sillage on this is amazing. The projection, amazing. Longevity, amazing. This is one of my favorite fragrances, which is why this is my 4th bottle. And I do actually have the roll-on oil as well. That says a lot. Now, with regards to if I want a little bit of fresh, tropical, something that is sweet, berry, without being so cloying, I will go and do this scent profile. Also, I didn't mention that a lot of these scents, I do have similar body lotions that go with them. So I tend to layer the body lotion and then put all the fragrances on top for a better longevity. I just didn't showcase the lotions in this video, but we are talking, like I said, kind of fruity, tropical. First is Lattafa's Yara. This is a smaller size, but it came in a 2-pack and I'm on my 2nd bottle. It's one of my favorite perfumes from Lattafa. It smells like berry and sweet without being cloying, which I absolutely love. I would definitely put in Yara Candy into this mix because, again, it's sweet, but it's got almost that tropical candy sugar type fragrance. So I would definitely include that. And then the 2 body sprays that I love layering are these 2. I have Victoria's Secret's Pure Seduction Brulee. This, again, is giving you a little bit of, it says mixed berries, sugared freesia, an indulgent gourmand take on Pure Seduction. I have Pure Seduction in several different flankers over the years, and I've always enjoyed the body spray. There's that berry tropical fragrance that is just perfect for summer. And if you have been following me a while, you know that I live in Hawaii, so we love smelling tropical. I love coconut, which I'm surprised I didn't put in here. I'm a coconut girly. Most of the summer you will smell me fruity or coconut, and then of course mixed in with vanilla. That is my jam for summer. So I can come back and show you what I like then, but this has been in my rotation lately. The next is Fiji Sunshine Guavatini. I have 2 bottles of these. One is, I think it's older, and then this one is the newer one, which I'm not too sure. It's just I've had it a while, and the other bottle is about here. So I pulled this out because I couldn't find the other bottle, but it has sun-kissed guava, fresh orange, and seaside jasmine. I love jasmine. I've said that already in this video. It smells like a fruit stand that you would get in Hawaii. We have some place here where a lot of tourists tend to go and locals will go every now and then. It's called Twin Falls. and it is an area where you can smell the guava and the lilikoi and all of these things growing as you're driving there, or on your way to Hana. You'll smell all of these wonderful fruit flavors. That is what this reminds me of, to the T. This has always been one of my favorites. I don't even know if they still make this. I have literally used this sparingly, but I have been using it over the course of the last few months because I've been pulling towards more fruity type scents. You have the opportunity to try this and you love a good fruit tropical scent, highly suggest this. And it's not just because guava is one of my favorite flavors, foods. I absolutely, you guys should check this out because I love it. And yeah, it smells so good. I can't even pinpoint. I had to say it reminds me of driving through or walking through a tropical forest that has passion fruit and guava, and even smells like there's a little bit of pineapple in here, just lightly, but I might be wrong. It might just be the guava mixed with other things. It does have orange in here, so that acidity mixed with the guava might be giving off that kind of pineapple vibe. But if you like tropical scents, I highly suggest you checking this out. Like I said, if you want me to, I can do an updated video for my summer fragrance preferences and what I tend to pull, because I am this kind of fragrance and coconut. I love all the things coconut, and Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works has some of my favorite coconut body sprays. So I can definitely come to you guys and show you or talk about what my favorite sprays are for that. So that is basically my chit chat share. I know that this has been a little more lengthy of a video, but I definitely wanted to share with you. We're changing seasons. We're now into spring. It's warming up in most places. And while I love my Gourmand scents, my very rich Lactonic Gourmand scents, I tend to kind of on the side once spring comes, and I don't use them as often. I pull towards a more coconut Lactonic, not so much milky, but more of a coconut milk type vibe. And again, like I said, fruity flavors. I always have vanilla because it is one of my favorite fragrance notes. Again, like I said, I am a huge Gourmand girly. I will pick towards certain perfumes that might have a musk aspect to it, but it's not something that I use on its own. I will always layer a Gourmand fragrance with it. That's just who I am. I love smelling like a snack. How many times did I have to say that for you? But that is what I have for you guys today. I wanted to go ahead and share that with you. Then maybe you have some ideas of blends that you might be able to do, especially if you are a Gourmand girly like me. Like I said, if you are interested in other fragrances outside of niche and dupes and all of those kinds of things, maybe you want something, or you want suggestions for something that's a little bit more high-end or luxury brands, along those lines, then I'm definitely going to go ahead and link my friend Myra's channel in the description box down below. She has a very vast collection of perfumes, many of which are high-end. She also does videos where she'll give you the notes and smell them and kind of through it. So if you're interested in something like that, then I highly suggest you check out her channel. Again, I will leave her down below. Let her know that I sent you if you do stop by. Yeah, definitely am looking forward to spring into summer and trying new fragrances. So like I said, I can come back to you guys with an updated video. I want to wish you all an awesome, wonderful day. If you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button on the way out. Hit that notification bell, ding, if you want to be notified of all the upcoming videos. I've been trying to stay consistent if you haven't noticed. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you like perfume, and comment down below and tell me what perfume is in your rotation these days and what or why you think this fragrance is in your rotation. Is it because you love the scent? Is it because it makes you feel a certain way? Is it something about what other people say when they're around you and they smell it? Comment down below and let me know. I hope you guys are amazing, and thanks so much for joining me, y'all. I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.
Honey on the mic, yeah, I say what I mean. Been doing this way before influencer was a thing. Wife and a mama, yeah, my family, my team. Real talk, true crime, let me show you the scene. Lifestyle reviews, yeah, I keep it all real. Honey unscripted, yeah, you know the deal.